France is gearing up for its presidential elections in April. Current President Nicolas Sarkozy is in trouble and is facing the possibility of running third to socialist frontrunner Francois Hollande and National Front leader Marine Le Pen. Europe correspondent Philip Williams travelled to Paris to join the daughter of the National Front founder, Jean-Marie Le Pen, on the hustings.
Like every presidential hopeful, it's the spruiking season. Here in Paris, the leader of the National Front is selling her blend of nationalism, protectionism and immigration to anyone who'll listen. And with the polls putting her uncomfortably close to the president, Nicolas Sarkozy, she can no longer be ignored. Love her or hate her, what she can do is pull a crowd, and that's what's got the other major parties really worried, because she is now being regarded by so many people in France as mainstream. A possibility, an outside possibility, of President Le Pen. Watching in the crowd is Jessica Nall. Like many others, she abhors the National Front and its leader.
He's really dangerous, for people...
In what way?
For everyone. French people are not racist, are not... anything she's proving to French people, that's not what French people want to represent.
But also watching is the other side of France who like the message. Too many immigrants. Do you like what she says about immigration?
All the countries, they cannot help everybody.
Marine Le Pen is 43 years old, lawyer, mother, born into the National Front. A party her father, Jean-Marie Le Pen, founded. For years it was seen as a party of racist, xenophobic extremists. But the charismatic Marine Le Pen has softened the old rhetoric, quietly distancing herself from the past, rebadged as a modern-day Joan of Arc. Driven above all by love of country, a patriot, nationalist, France for the French. At a gathering of the faithful, Marine Le Pen knows she has a lot at stake. Can she repeat her father's shock 2002 presidential result, where he knocked out the socialist candidate and went head-to-head against Jacques Chirac in the second round? Her policies include leaving the European Union, dumping the euro, imposing import duties, printing money and stopping immigration. Tell me your vision of France as President Le Pen.
Une France libre. Une France à nouveau...
A free France, a sovereign France, where it will be the French people who decide on the future of our country and not the financial markets or an oligarchy which, in reality, has captured all the powers of decision. A France that will have found prosperity again and pride. We have welcomed 10 million foreigners in the last 30 years. Today we can't afford to welcome them anymore. We don't have jobs anymore. We don't have housing anymore. We are in the red and we have a subhuman debt. We have a duty first and foremost to our compatriots and then the return of the greatness of France.
It's dangerous. I think Marine Le Pen is dangerous for France.
Is she a racist?
Oh, yeah, I think. I think that the Front National is a racist party, yes.
Jeannette Bougrab is the daughter of Algerian immigrants. She's also a Muslim and a minister in President Sarkozy's government, and no fan of the National Front or its leader.
She says she's not a racist.
Yes, but if you read this program, if you read the Front National program, it's a racist program, I'm sorry.
But she does have some immigrants in the party supporting her.
Maybe, some immigrants are racist. It's possible, the French people are not the monopoly of racism.
But support for the National Front comes from varied quarters. Gauza Nahano has declared her love for the party that she says isn't racist, but simply based on patriotism.
The National Front just asked immigrants to respect France, the French flag and French laws. And I think that is important for all the nations in the world so we can live together in better conditions.
In the midst of the troubled economies of Europe, assurances of a better life for the low-paid and unemployed may be tempting. Marine Le Pen is promising to raise basic wages, put up tariff barriers, reject globalisation, yet at the same time begin an industrial renaissance. But above all, she says, they have to pull out of the European Union and the euro. Your critics say that your plans to leave the EU and to leave the euro will plunge this country into chaos.
That's it. I think I'm also responsible for the tsunami that ravaged Japan. No, but listen, the European Union is already dead. It shines with the light of a star that is already dead. The reality is that the Eurozone is condemned, that any sensible person knows it, and that we have to anticipate its collapse rather than suffer it.
It's a populist party. I would say what you want to hear. Then you elect me, and then you will see. But what you will see, it's not very pleasant.
Author and filmmaker Caroline Forrest is about to release a less than flattering comic strip featuring Marine Le Pen and her supporters. And after writing a book and producing a documentary about the National Front, she's convinced Marine Le Pen is no reformer.
So she do all her best to appear friendly, modern, to have this victory, and after maybe people will realize that on the background, behind, nothing has changed at all.
At the capital's biggest mosque, thousands come for Friday prayers. Many French Muslims feel threatened by what they see is a clear anti-Islamic tone in the National Front's rhetoric.
It will be a very bad news, not only for France, but also for Europe, for the democratic ideas. And I don't think it will be a very good thing, not only for Muslims, but also for all people.
If the polls are correct, Marine Le Pen's political battle is for second place. Her competitor is the current president, Nicolas Sarkozy, whose political capital has been drained by the Eurozone crisis and a weak economy. The frontrunner is the Socialist Party leader, François Hollande. But it's possible the runoff election may involve a Le Pen, just as it did 10 years ago.
They're
probably going to have some big surprises during this presidential election. It's a movement of tectonic plates that doesn't show up on the surface yet, but once the wave starts, I think it will sweep away the old and obsolete French political class.
That us and them narrative, the outsider on the side of the people, has served Marine Le Pen well to date. If she can swing a humiliating win over Nicolas Sarkozy for the runoff against the Socialists, that in itself would be a victory Le Pen Senior would be proud of. Philip Williams, Late Life.